we're really seeing that already when it comes to some of the early clinical data, knowing that we haven't reached really our maximum tolerated dose and being able to see in indications like ovarian and endometrial close to 30%, just a little bit above of real regression in tumors of humans. So this is in clinical data and no safety issue. It really is very complementary to the science that we've seen. And honestly, if it keeps going like this could be an absolute game changer.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Coiled Therapeutics Executive Chairman, Dr Sotirios Stergiopoulos. Sotirios, very good to speak with you. You've described Professor Sahin as one of the world's leading experts in TAC3 biology. For investors who may be new to the story, why is this involvement such a significant endorsement of AO-252?
Oh, thank you, Stephen. First of all, thank you for having us on and being able to tell you a little bit about this. So Professor Ozgur Sahin is a world-renowned scientist when it comes to TAC3. When we first actually saw the target, much of the work was initially done in the past, but looking in different directions. It wasn't until Dr. Sahin had actually put everything together and really focused the work on oncology, and a lot of the earlier data really came out of the lab that he had there, especially in connection with chemistry group in Turkey. And I must say, it was just quite unique with very, very credible data. And he's really a world-known, I would say, expert in TAC3. So for us, it was an obvious. It was an obvious because we've also worked with him in the past in defining really the role of TAC3 in cancer, and really just being able to explain how important it is, especially when you look at all these tumor types that we're working on. And obviously, getting the scientific background is so important, especially in selection of indications that we're going into. So he plays such a critical and vital role in both the science that we have, but also in the continuing definition of TAC3 and its capabilities in cancer.
Well, as you said, Professor Sahin helped generate the science behind AO-252, and he says it represents one of the most exciting opportunities he's seen in precision oncology. Why is it about the drug's mechanism and early clinical data that's generated that level of enthusiasm?
It's a great question. So honestly, really, when you look at the way and the mode of action of TAC3, and really, when we look at AO-252 itself, because AO-252 is not a complete inhibitor of TAC3, it's actually a very selective inhibitor. We've created a protein-protein interaction inhibitor, allowing us really around the C terminus, focusing on interactions that we know with proteins that play a huge role in cancer. Being able to actually interrupt those has been really the key in the success of what we do, and it's defining so much about it, including its ability to work on the immune system, its ability in what it does with DNA damage repair, and we're really seeing that already when it comes to some of the early clinical data, knowing that we haven't reached really our maximum tolerated dose and being able to see in indications like ovarian and endometrial close to 30%, just a little bit above of real regression in tumors of humans. So this is in clinical data and no safety issue. It really is very complementary to the science that we've seen. And honestly, if it keeps going like this could be an absolute game changer.
This is the first appointment to a broader scientific advisory board. As Coiled Therapeutics advances through the clinic, how important is it to attract leading scientific figures? And what does that say about the opportunity you believe AO-252 represents?
It's absolutely important because, we in no way are trying to be experts or say that we are experts, but really using people that are known in the field, have demonstrated their ability to understand both oncology and really the science behind it, having them be part of it and help us in the guiding of where we're taking AO-252 is absolutely critical. And it's an opportunity for us to really just keep developing and really creating something very special here.
Well, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for the update today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us the opportunity.
That's Dr. Sotirios Stergiopoulos, the Executive Chairman of Coiled Therapeutics.